Okay everyone, today we're going to be learning again about factorizing quadratic expression. So the method that we're going to be learning today is called cross method. It's not the only method, but then it's like, well, to me, it's actually one of my favorite methods, and then it's the one that we use a lot in our classroom. Okay, let's start. Oh, by the way, this method uses a lot of trial and error, so you might not get it correct on the first try, but that's okay. Okay, so later we're gonna try and show if we don't get it correct on the first try. Okay, let's start. So the first question is we want to factorize x squared plus x minus 20. So this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna make like kind of like a, I don't know, 2 lines. Yes, and then if you see, I'm gonna put a plus here, so always remember to put the plus there. And it's gonna be like x squared here, the x squared, and the negative 20, and then the x. So I'm gonna show you how I got those. Okay, so this x squared here I got from there. Okay, it's kind of like the first term. The negative 20 here I got it from the constant at the very back. And then this x here is actually a 1x, yeah? 1x is the one in the middle. So that's the order, okay? And again, this is a trick. This is not like method that you can actually explain why it's there. It's kind of a trick, but most of the time, or every time, it's gonna work. All right, so let's do the trial and error. For this one, I hope we can get it correct on the first try. Okay, so we need to find like what makes x squared. So we have to fill these 2 boxes, like something times something that equals to x squared. X squared is 1x squared. So of course, easy, it's gonna be an x and an x, because x times x is x squared. Okay, you got it? Okay, now the next one, we need to find 2 numbers that if we multiply equals to negative 20. Now, negative 20, there's a lot of 2 numbers that if we're going to multiply equals to negative 20, because you can get like 2 times negative 10, or negative 2 times 10, or negative 5 times 4. It doesn't matter, you can try them all, yeah? But as you do this repeatedly, you will be able to kind of like get it on the first try. Okay, so what I'm going to choose, because something times something equals to negative 20, I can choose 5 and negative 4. Yeah, so I'm going to choose 5 and negative 4. Again, you might not get it correct on the first try, but that's okay, because if you see there are multiple combination of numbers that makes negative 20, not all of them, so there's only 1 or sometimes 2, yeah, both's gonna work. Okay, so I'm choosing 5 and negative 4. Why? You'll see later. Okay, so after you got it, the 5 and negative 4, because you have 5 times negative 4 is negative 20, so it works. So we're gonna do the crisscrossing, like this is the multiplication, is the crisscrossing, we multiply. So I'm gonna have x times negative 4, so x times negative 4 will be negative 4x, and then x times 5, it's gonna be positive 5x, okay? And I plus negative 4x plus 5x is 1x, because there's only 1. So like, oh, it works. So you add. So like, oh, negative 4x plus 5x, does it equals to 1x? Yes, it equals to 1x. So the 2 combination of numbers that we chose, the 5 and negative 4, it's correct. You might not get it correct if you choose before 2 times negative 10. You might not get it correct, but that's okay. Remember, this is a kind of extra and error. Okay, we got it. So we have, sorry, I'm erasing this part here because I needed to write the answer. Okay, so the answer is, so the factorized form of x squared plus x negative 20 is, we're going to do it horizontally. So it's this, and that. It's going to be x plus 5 and then x minus 4. Because the 5 is positive, so x plus 5, x minus 4. There you go. That's the factorized form. Okay, we're going to do number 2 now. The number 2 is like a little bit more complicated. Not that much complicated, a little bit more complicated. So let's have a look at number 2. So I'm going to scroll up. Okay, number 2. So we have 2x squared minus x minus 6. So I'm going to do this. Okay, oh, it's okay. It's not very neat, but that's fine. And I put the plus there because then you have to add. I'm going to put 2x squared there. Negative 6 in the middle, and negative x. Negative x is negative 1x. Okay, this is the same as negative 1x. There's an invisible 1 there. Okay, so we want to find two numbers. If I multiply, it equals to 2x squared. So the two numbers is 2x and x. Can I put x at the top and 2x at the bottom? You can. Okay, it doesn't matter. 2x and x or x and 2x is fine. Okay, I want to find, okay, let's find two numbers if you multiply equals to negative 6. Okay, there's negative 6 times 1, negative 1 times 6, 2 times negative 3, negative 2 times 3, it doesn't matter, okay? So what am I going to try? I think I'm going to try, so remember, as you've been doing this repeatedly, you will be able to just maybe get the combination of the numbers like in the first try. So I'm gonna try negative 2 down here, and 3 up there. Again, you don't have to get it correct on the first try, yeah? So negative 6 is 3 times negative 2. You can do negative 3 times 2, that's fine. But then if in the end it doesn't give the correct addition, then you have to do it again. Okay, so that's what I'm choosing, 3 and negative 2. So I'm gonna do the crisscrossing that. So I do the 2x times negative 2, that's negative 4x. Okay, x times 3, that's 3x. If I plus negative 4x plus 3x, it's negative 1x. Ta-da! We got it correct. Okay, so that's how you know your combination of numbers is going to be correct or not, is when you add them. When you add them, does it equals to whatever's down there? Right? Okay, so we got it. Now the factorized form of 2x squared minus x minus 6 is 2x plus 3. It's a plus 3. Remember, you're writing horizontally. Yeah, 2x positive 3 because 3 is a positive number. And then x minus 2. Okay, got it. Let's do the third question. Do the third question. Okay, so let's try. Okay, don't forget to put the plus. Okay, do you remember what to put here? Yep, 3x squared. 3x squared. Do you remember what to put here? Yep, it's 3. And then the last bit is negative 10x. Two numbers, if you times equals 3x squared, it's pretty easy. 3x and x or x and 3x, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put 3x on top. Okay, and then if you multiply equals 3, that's not hard because 3 is just 1, 3, 3, 1, negative 1, 3, negative 3, negative 1. Because negative times negative is positive, I'm going to do this. Negative 3 and then negative 1. Why negative negative? Because negative times negative is positive. So negative 1 times negative 3 is positive 3. And I'm going to check the crisscrossing. That way and that way. Okay? Negative 3x times negative 3 is negative 9x. X times negative 1 is negative 1x. If I plus negative 9x plus negative 1x, yep, it's negative 10x. So we have it. So the factorized form of 3x squared minus 10x plus 3 is horizontally, people. When you multiply, it's crisscross, but when you write the answer, you write it horizontally. So it's going to be 3x minus 1 and then x minus 3. Okay, got it? Okay, now we're going to do the fourth number. I might not get this fourth number here correct on the first try. So should be okay. Yeah, let's do it together. Okay, let's try and do it together. I might not get it correct on the first try, but let's try. Okay, so I'm gonna put 6x squared here. I hope even though if I don't get it correct on the first try, I'm not gonna take too long, yeah? So negative 2 in the middle and the positive x, so it's like a positive 1x, yeah? Okay, 6x squared. Okay, 6x squared can be 3x, 2x, can be 6x, 1x. Okay, I'm going to try 3x, 2x, maybe. I'll try 3x, 2x, or 6x, 1x. Fine, fine. If we don't get it correct on the first try, that's fine. 3x and 2x. Okay, and then the -2. The -2, I'm going to put, I don't know, negative, so like a 2 here, -1 here. So let's have a go. Oh, I think I'm getting it correct on my first try. So crisscross, there, -3x, and then +4x. 2x times 2 is a +4. If I plus, oh, yeah, I got it on the first try. It is +x, so -3x plus 4x is just +1x. Correct. Okay, so the factorized form is horizontal again. So horizontal, that is 3x plus 2. And then 2x minus 1. There you go. Do I have another number? No, I don't have. We have 4 numbers. Okay, people. Hopefully this helped. This is actually my favorite method of factorizing. We use it a lot in the classroom, and then my students, they tend to like this method better than the other one because to them it's easier to remember. Okay, hopefully it helps, and then it helps you to factorize any quadratic form. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.